All right, back for the grand finale. SMC 2400 2000 dual voltage. A lot of people say, oh, I don't have a high voltage charger. Well, you don't have to have a high voltage charger to use these batteries. Lithium, this chemistry that has been come up with uses 100% LCO. You can treat it just like you treat your normal standard voltage 420 batteries. If you don't want to charge to 435, you don't have to. You're just going to get less milliamps and a little less power and a little less runtime. They still are LiPos. But I encourage you, because almost every charger on the market, even down to the little baby toolkit $29.99 M4, I have one right here to show you, has dual voltage. This is an 80 watt, $29.99 on Amazon. Again, toolkit M4, and this has dual voltage. High voltage compatibility. It's 80 watts. It'll do 5 amps up to 4S. Has a dual input, XT30. I'm sorry, dual output XT60, XT30, and then an input is XT60. Or you can plug in your USB-C, backfeed a battery here into a cable and charge your phone or your iPad or whatever. And actually, I'll plug in a battery so you can see the nice little color lit up screen that it shows. Great little charger. I don't want to hear any complaints. I don't want to charge high voltage. I don't have a high voltage charger. $29.99 on Amazon. You can get it in one day probably. And you can plug this into your cigarette lighter on your way to your field and charge away. A one button operation, pretty intuitive. A lot of bang for the buck. All right, back to testing the Spectrum. I'm sorry. Back to testing the SMC battery. We just tested the Spectrum, so I was looking at one. Here's our temps: 81, 87, 80, 80, 82, 80. All right, cell checker. Here we go. And we won't forget the weight, of course. There we are, 435, 436, 436. Okay, and the weight. Grams. You're gonna like this. 168 grams. 168 grams. Let's pull it in, unplug it in here to the thrust stand, and I encourage you to look at your YouTube video timer and do the start and stop. I'm gonna, at the end of the video, I will definitely try to graph or put a screenshot of what all the max amps and power and thrust, and then the run time of each cell down to LVC or down to 10.8 volts. When you are looking at torque up here, you'll see it's a negative number, and the reason is because currently the thrust stand is set up in a pusher configuration per the manufacturer's instructions. So the cell is reading in a negative value because it's pushing. Props turned around backwards. It's not mounted the correct way with the motor running backwards. So a little info there. Here we go. crap, that was like, what, a minute and 40 seconds probably? Yeah. $112, $112, $110, $112. It's not warm and hot by any means. $110, $109. This thing just kept giving it on and giving it and giving it all its power out. I'm going to do something here and show you. We're going to go back and we're going to test all the batteries. Let me get the laptop closed. My wife's VRZ. So we're going to pull all the batteries out that we tested today. And I'm going to pull the cell tester back out. I think we did this in that order right there. Pull the cell tester out. We're going to check the cells. Whenever you have batteries with high internal resistance, they're going to sag. And how you'll know is that you'll see the voltage recover per cell after it's been hard load tested, as we just did. So this one, the first battery that we tested, which was the Z, I believe, showing 401s, 402s. Then we went to the Gens Ace Adventure. Four volts per cell. Gens Ace 2200. 398. I remember this one performed okay, and we're in 3.9s. Okay, it recovered, and inexpensive batteries that have high internal resistance will always recover like that. Holy cow! Look at this, 408. And this battery was the HRB that had no runtime, and it's a 2600. Now we're on to the Spectrum. This is going to be the 30C. Let's see what its voltage recovered to. 405, 407, 404. On to the 50C, which is still slightly warm, probably about 90 degrees. 401s. Now the SMC, which has been given no rest time really, still warm. It probably has recovered. Anybody wants me to give it 10 minutes and I'll check it as well. Oops, don't do that. You gotta plug in, it's not a G2. SMC doesn't make G2s. I'm glad. Here we are, gentlemen and ladies, if they're watching. 385, 386, 386. What this tells you is that this battery stayed hard and long and strong all the way to the end and gave you all its power without any voltage sag. That's what you want in a good high performance LiPo. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm gonna try and capture all this while I do the editing. If not, you can always go back and watch it again. Please give us a like, thumbs up, subscribe. Hope we've helped you today make a better purchase with your hard-earned money for your LiPos, for your planes. In the future, I do have some 4S 2200 stuff coming this way. And eventually I want to try a 6S. The stand is capable of handling up to 50 volts, but it's still, this model, the 1585, is rated for 40 amps. We were pushing it 43, 44 pretty much today. But I do have to change motors, props, and speed controls to go to 6S on the thrust stand. And I have those items, but I really want to try the 6S line. I'm going to compare the HRB against the SMCs. And mainly for the flex planes, the Mamba 10G2, RV810E, Piranha, what's the other one? The Yak 55. Those are all 6S small battery planes. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. And please leave comments. I like to try and answer them all, and I hope to learn from you. My glass is never full. Anyway, thanks for checking us out. Later.